Alright, I'm going to read you Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 of Thorns in the Veil. Chapter 3. The bus came to a halting stop and the brakes squeaked. The folding door opened and Sabrina stepped off the bus, wearing an OTEP band t-shirt with torn jeans. The punk look isn't completely dead yet. Filing in like sheep to the slaughter, she weaved in and out of traffic. A mixed race of African Americans and Caucasians piled in the double doors of the high school. Sabrina cared little about school, only about its social aspects. Even that sometimes could be too much to handle. Those double doors were not where she wanted to enter today. She fought against the current and maneuvered her way to the parking lot full of vehicles. Smoke was rolling out of an old yellow Honda. Her bestie Chelsea had red lipstick puffing on an almost finished cigarette. Chelsea dressing rather nice with a pink low-cut shirt on and jeans. Sabrina walks up to the passenger side door. "Hey, bitch. Hey, take me away from this dreaded place," exclaims Sabrina. "Your wish is my command." Chelsea searches the car and makes her way out of the parking lot. She flicks her finished cigarette out the window on the asphalt as she's driving. "I'm surprised you're not using your vape pen," asks Sabrina. "I have to buy a new coil and I don't get paid until Friday from Waffle House." Sabrina started waving her hand out the window, surfing the wind. "Oh yeah, I forgot you started working there." One street leads to the next, and they pass the brown Hilltop USA sign. Chelsea opens the door to her bedroom. In first view is a poster of Rico Nasty adorning her cat-like headphones, a Snoop Dogg one resembling him as Jesus holding up a weed leaf, a multicolored text poster that reads "Black Lives Matter," "Woman rights are human rights," "No human being is illegal," "Science is real," and "Kindness is everything." A 2021 Candyman poster, and lastly a giant black dream catcher hanging over her twin bed. Once both were inside the bedroom, Chelsea closed the door behind them. She turned around and grabbed the back of Sabrina's neck with one hand and kissed her. Sabrina kissed her back one after the other as they made their way to the leopard print sheets. Chelsea lightly shoved her on the bed and smiled at her, biting her lip. Suddenly, the sound of the bedroom door opening fixated their attention. Her mom, wearing a sleazy red dress, popped in the doorway. "Geez, Mom, knock next time. You're home early. What are you two doing?" "Just hanging out," said Chelsea. "Okay. Shouldn't you two be in school?" "I only have morning classes. I'm a senior this year, Mom," replied Chelsea. "Okay," said her mom. Then she walked out of the bedroom and closed the door. "That was close," exclaimed Sabrina. "Yeah, maybe we should head out. Hey, wanna walk around Total Mall?" "Sounds great. Just let me go pee first," said Sabrina. Sabrina stands up and walks out to the bathroom and makes her way down the narrow hallway. The hallway wall is plain with not even a picture frame or anything, opposite of Chelsea's room. Sabrina walked in the bathroom that was about as plain and bare looking as the hallway. Sabrina unzipped, pulled her pants down, and sat on the toilet and let the bladder do its bidding. She wiped and saw blood. "Great! Chelsea, do you have any tampons?" "Yeah, underneath the sink," said Chelsea. Sabrina got up and pulled her pants up halfway, and Shimmy walked over to the cabinet. She opened the cabinet drawer, exposing the musty smell of mildew and a box of tampons next to some cleaning supplies. She grabbed one of the cheap-looking tampons and finished her business. Sabrina pulled her pants up and zipped them. She turned around to flush the toilet, and a black clawed hand rose from the toilet water. Sabrina yelled and jumped backwards against the wall. A dark, manly silhouette was standing in the tub next to the open shower curtain. Sabrina ran out of the bathroom screaming and was met with Chelsea rushing out of the bedroom towards her. "What? What's wrong?" "There's something in the bathroom," said Sabrina. Sabrina looked back and pointed towards the bathroom. Chelsea walked in the bathroom. "I don't see anything." "I swear it was there. A fucking black hand came in the toilet and some dark figure in the shower." "Well, even if it was real, it's gone now. Let's get out of here." Chelsea's mom finally made it to the top of the steps. "What's going on?" "Oh, nothing. We were just watching a horror movie. Now we're going to head to the mall." "Okay then," her mom said. It being during the day, the parking lot wasn't that crowded. Sabrina opens the passenger side door and accidentally hits the minivan next to them. Shit, she says while pulling in the door a little from the scene of the crime. She slides in between the small opening to get out and slams the door. Nice one, says Chelsea. Chelsea locks her car after she closes her door and slides her keys into her little black purse. I'm kind of hungry. Want to grab some Chinese while we're in the food court? Sabrina makes her way around Chelsea's car. Yeah, that sounds good. The two walk up through the main entrance that says the mall at Total Crossing. Hardly anyone was sitting in the cafeteria. The line to Nori, Japan was non-existent at the time. Perfect. Just how I like it. No line. I suppose I can buy you some food if you're hungry, you broke ass. I told you could work with me at Waffle House, exclaimed Chelsea. I don't know. I'm lazy, said Sabrina. You probably wouldn't like it anyways. My boss is this older, creepy perv guy with a real bad receding hairline, said Sabrina. Replied Chelsea. Excuse me. The two sat down at the table with their trays of food and began to dig in, Sabrina missing her mouth completely of a fork full of teriyaki chicken. The pieces of food landed next to her foot as she looked down at it. Chelsea laughed and choked on her mouthful of food, nearly spitting it out. Finally gaining composure, Chelsea finished chewing. Hey, you want to check out Hot Topic after we eat? Yeah, replied to Sabrina as she lifted her styrofoam cup to take a drink. Over time, they finished their food and dumped their trash in the can and then set their trays stacked on top. One last gulp each of pop for them before throwing the cups away. They hopped in the glass elevator and made their way up to the upper level. Peering out of the glass for a brief, realizing no one was around, they kissed each other. The doors opened to an elderly woman looking at them oddly, like she was appalled to see two women kissing. The two stopped kissing. Excuse me, Chelsea said as she walked out. Well, excuse me, said the elderly woman in a rude demeanor as she walked past them to get in the elevator. The two walked a bit away. That lady was probably jealous. Her old dried up ass cooch probably hasn't seen any action in a millennium, chimed Chelsea. Sabrina laughed as the two entered the claustrophobic layout of Hot Topic. A non-binary goth with cotton candy hair was there to greet them. Hi there, welcome to Hot Topic. Shirts are buy one, get one half off. Okay, Sabrina smiled and caught eye of a corn t-shirt right off the bat that she liked. She picked it up and walked to the back of the store. There was a mirror hooked onto the black employee door. She held the shirt up to herself, visualizing the look. Suddenly in the mirror, standing behind her, was a dark silhouette. Black ooze dripping from its razor-sharp, grimy teeth. Yet with no eyes or ears, it slowly put its clawed hand on Sabrina's right shoulder. She screamed. The few people that were in there stopped and stared. Chelsea sped, walked over to her from the earring section. What is it? What's wrong? Sabrina looked behind her to see Chelsea, but no demon-like entity. In shock and frightened, she grabbed Chelsea's arm. I want to go home. Confused, Chelsea looked at her. Okay. Chapter 4. Chelsea pulled into a spot near Sabrina's apartment unit. So, can you tell me what happened at the mall? Sabrina, caught in a daze, staring out the window, snapped back to reality. I saw this black figure standing behind me, the same one I saw in your bathroom, said Sabrina. That's not creepy or anything. Now, I'm going to be afraid to use your bathroom now, exclaimed Chelsea. It felt too real, said Sabrina. Maybe you just need some sleep, replied Chelsea. Maybe, said Sabrina as she reached over the center console to kiss her. I'll talk to you later, said Sabrina. Talk to you later, said Chelsea. Sabrina got out of the car and walked towards her unit as a light drizzle fell from the sky. Chelsea watched for a moment, Sabrina walking away, and then put her car in reverse and drove off. Sabrina pulled out her apartment key out of her pocket as the rain picked up a little heavier. She soon enough got the door open, and like always, there was Ozzy. Ozzy, one of these times I'm going to accidentally hit you with the door. That's not a good place to be. He looked up at her and meowed as if he was trying to say, fuck you, I missed you, now feed me. She brushed past him and went to the fridge to get a pop. There on the fridge was a fucking cockroach. Ew! She grabbed a rag out of the drawer in a hurry and picked it up. She could feel it trying to escape in the rag. She let go of her grip and released it in the sink, turning on the water. Water pressure wasn't enough to push the roach into the drain. Grabbing a dirty fork and nudging it helped. She flipped the switch to the disposal. I fucking hate this place. Ozzy walks in the kitchen, looks up at her, and meows. Fine, I'll feed you. Will that make you happy? Sabrina leaves the rag in the sink and reaches above the top of the fridge to grab his cat food. I swear to God, if there's another cockroach waiting for me up there. Relieved to see that there wasn't, she poured food in his bowl and gave him some water, looking down the drain while doing so as if the cockroach might re-emerge. She set down the bowl and Ozzy came scurrying over. Second attempt at the fridge for a drink was a success, rewarding her with a Mountain Dew. Popping the tab, hearing the fizzle, followed by the cold, crisp, refreshing taste. It wasn't enough to take her mind off that black figure or whatever the hell that thing was. She walks into her bedroom and sets her pop down on her nightstand, aware that her clothes are damp from the rain, but caring not one bit. It was as if a deep depression sank over her and she laid in bed. Her mind wandered, replaying what she saw at Chelsea's and at the mall. Must think more positive, she thought. She reached in her pocket to grab her phone and clicked on her Photos app. A ton of photos of her and Chelsea together and some of Ozzy. Why didn't she just continue hanging out with Chelsea? Her mom was probably still gone. Oh well, too late now. Suddenly, Ozzy jumps up on her lap. She pets him as he purrs, kneading on her stomach, and then he finally lays down. Sabrina simply closes her eyes as if giving up and finds herself drifting to sleep. A dreamscape of lavish garden resembling her belated grandmother's appears before her. Walking through the roses was her mother in a wedding gown. Thorns snagged throughout her dress and veil. The sky darkened and appeared that black demon-like figure she saw earlier in the day. It crept up behind her. Sabrina yelled, "Mom, behind you!" Her mother stopped walking and the figure extended out its clawed finger and touched the back of her head. Her mother's facial skin started to droop rapidly, exposing the flesh underneath. Tara's skin completely falls off, landing on some flowers below. Blood drips profusely as the flesh follows, laying in a puddle at the base of the dress. Blood splatters everywhere on the white gown. The eyeballs slowly roll out of the skull and land on the mountain of flesh. The skeleton crumbles, leaving only a pile of bones inside of a thorny and bloody wedding gown. Sabrina wakes up to the sound of her mother. "Wake up! Did you ever go to school today?" Groggy and nearly incoherent, Sabrina's eyes open. "Huh?" "I said, did you even go to school today?" I did," replied Sabrina, sitting up in her bed. "Whatever, I don't believe you. Do you want your mother to go to jail?" No," exclaimed Sabrina. Then go to school, or your ass is going to be out on the streets paying your own bills. Now get up. We're going to go get ice cream and visit your grandma, remember?" All right," replied Sabrina, sighing as she swung her legs around to stand up. That concludes Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. Check out my book, Cat Sale Explicit Content and Tales from the Shadows. And also check out my song, Inner Beast, on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Deezer, and YouTube Music.